Today in crypto. The crypto markets can be a pretty gosh darn rough and unforgiving place sometimes. And yeah, I know. You can make a lot of money really quickly in crypto, but you can also lose a lot of money even quicker than you made it. To be successful in this market, you need to have a strong stomach and to have your head screwed on tight. A bit of luck doesn't hurt either, to be honest, but there are some very simple things that you can do as an investor to help ensure that you are making consistent gains in this market and to make sure that you are making, not losing money by investing in cryptocurrency. My name is Lark, and this is where you subscribe for all of the hottest and all of the latest happening out here in the wild land of crypto. By the way, members of the Wealth Mastery newsletter will be receiving issue number 12 in their inboxes Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. This week I will be discussing investing timeframes and also how to get involved in the NFT craze that is currently sweeping crypto land. Forrest breaks down NFTs and why they are such a big deal anyway. Eric from Ontology joins us to discuss how Ontology is approaching the DeFi scene. DeFi Dad explains how you can actually earn the Uniswap Uni token by providing liquidity. Jesse has an absolutely stellar report on the Polkadot player Robonomics and how they are working to bring in the next industrial revolution. And of course, Rect Capital has the latest and the most critical insights into Bitcoin and the cryptocurrency markets. All of that and much, much more for less than $10 a week. This weekly investor report is designed to save your time by letting me and my team do the research and help keep you ahead of the curve in this fast-moving market. There's a link in the description if you want to learn more. Now that being said, let's get into today's topic. The first tip that I have for you is to expand your time frames. Far too many investors get caught up in that really short-term thinking, chasing overnight gains. But this market, it really has a habit of rewarding the patient and punishing the impatient. Some of the biggest gains in cryptocurrency come from long-term holding. By the way, long-term for crypto, I think has a very different definition compared to the stock markets. It can be 6, 12, or 24 months, which, for traditional investors, that's actually a very, very short time frame. So that's something to keep in mind. We're a very fast-moving, incredibly crazy market. But if you can zoom out from the few hours or few days that a lot of investors are focused on and even get it out to a few months and even a few years is really a big advantage, then you are going to have such a just competitive edge over most market participants. As a bonus, you're also going to pay less in taxes due to long-term versus short-term gains taxes. And you will be way less concerned about 30 or 40% correction since you're in it for the long haul anyway. This is just part of the market and it's all going to go to the moon. Well, hopefully anyway. Remember, of course, that some people bought Bitcoin for $3 back in the day and then they sold it for $4. Other people bought it for $3 and some of them are still holding Bitcoin today. Ask yourself, who is the legend in that situation? The next tip is to invest in fundamentally strong cryptocurrencies. And it might seem obvious, but please stop buying some of this garbage that is going around out there, guys. Uniswap, yeah, it can be a great place to find gems before the wider market picks up on them, but there are also daily exit scams going on over there and some absolute just total garbage being sold. Some of the older blockchains also, just because they're listed on big exchanges, they're functionally dead. They have almost no users, no ecosystem, terrible security, fading support. I mean, the fact that they're still listed is just, it's crazy. Also, be very careful about letting your mind be influenced by social media personalities. Pump and dumps are happening on the daily, guys. That low cap gem that everyone's talking about today, chances are, was bought up yesterday by insiders. This is happening. This is real. You have to be careful. Always do your own research and spend the time to seek out those high quality cryptocurrencies. You want to find the cryptos that have very clear use cases, cryptocurrencies that actually have a revenue flow, that have users or a use case that will bring in users, active development, strong backers, an actual use case for the token. A talented team of developers is definitely a bonus as well. If you can tick most of those boxes, then your chances of success will be greatly increased when investing in any given cryptocurrency. Remember, invest in fundamentals, not hype. If you do this, then riding out the storm when those big market corrections come is way, way less stressful. But of course, even when we do our best to invest in strong cryptocurrencies, sometimes it's just not going to work out anyway. Which leads me on to the next point. Learn how to cut your losers. You do not need to hold a cryptocurrency for a 99.99% loss. There's literally no reason to participate in that insanity. Probably one of the easiest ways to determine if you should cut that bag that you've been holding on to for a while is to ask yourself this question. Would you actually buy that cryptocurrency today if you were given the chance? If the answer is yes, then keep holding on to it. You might have a winner, it just hasn't pumped yet. But if your answer is no, then maybe it's time to say goodbye, cryptocurrency. Thanks for the sometimes good times and the bad times. Anyway, it's time to cut that bag, guys. Look, this is what separates out the winners from the losers in the market. Remember, these are investments. You're not betraying anyone by selling, except perhaps yourself if you go on to see further losses. We all make mistakes investing. I've made plenty, but you don't need to let your pride compound a small loss into a much bigger loss. Okay, next bit of food for thought for you. Manage your emotions. One of the biggest threats to your long-term investing success is you. Your brain has this magical ability to trick you into chasing pumps, buying tops, and then panic selling the bottom. It's a vicious cycle if you don't try and control this. You need to learn how to manage it and basically do the opposite of what the herd is doing. You should be looking to buy positions in any given cryptocurrency before the market has picked up on it or when the market is bored with it, maybe after a massive dump when all the panic buyers are now the panic sellers, giving you a chance to get a good entry. You need to be the one selling the pumps and buying the dumps. And look, corrections, they almost always come, so really try to resist that temptation to FOMO into a coin that's just pumped by 1,000%. Sometimes they keep going, but usually there are dramatic corrections. And of course, if you're trying to buy a pump after a bunch of big social media accounts have talked about it, well, you might just want to wait. If you really fell in love with that coin, then just chill. Chances are after 3 to 4 weeks, the influencers will have moved on to something else and the price is going to cool down quite a bit, giving you a better entry into that position. Or maybe you're simply going to realize that it was just the flavor of the week and probably wasn't really as exciting as you had initially thought that it was. And of course, sometimes you just have to admit to yourself, you missed it. You missed it. You don't need to chase it. It's gone. Let it go. Move on to the next thing. There are 1,000,001 opportunities every single day in this market. And on that note too, please always do your own research. Always. In this game, you either do your own research or you get dumped on. Plain and simple. There are way too many investors out there who are blindly investing or simply following social media influencers who are pumping and then dumping on you. If you're doing your own research, again, you have another competitive advantage over the majority of the herd, so please be careful. The next tip is to understand your personal risk profile. Simple fact, investing carries risk. Surprise! If it didn't, then there would be no reward. The greater the risk, the greater the potential reward, and also, of course, the greater potential losses. But sadly, fear, I think, paralyzes a lot of investors into complete inaction. And the PTSD of investors who have been burned, also very, very real. 2018 and 2019 were pretty tough psychologically for a lot of people, so it's understandable if you're having that kind of once bitten, twice shy kind of effect. Our brain makes pain, very, very strong links to pain. And this can, of course, then blind you to new opportunities. You think, oh, it's just like the last time. On the flip side, greed can push investors into incredibly dangerous investments far beyond what's actually within what you would consider to be your risk profile, because you think, well, this must be the new best thing. It's probably not. Greed can blind you to risks as well. And look, I don't have an easy fix for telling you what your risk profile is. You need to find out what works for you, but generally, lower risk in cryptocurrency is better because this is a super high risk industry anyway. But here's a simple question for you. If your cryptocurrency investments are keeping you up at night, then you probably took on too much risk. Investing should not result in sleepless nights. The lower risk your portfolio, the better you're going to sleep, and that is priceless. Oh, and one more note on risk, don't overextend yourself. You don't need 50 coins or 100 coins in your portfolio. This actually just introduces way too much risk because there's no way you can keep up with all those different moving parts. When Bitcoin dumps, it just produces outsized losses. So you don't need to overcomplicate things, guys. You don't need to take on massive risk to get gains. You can actually keep it really, really simple and low risk and still just get incredible gains that a lot of traditional investors would just be, their minds would be blown at this kind of gains. Crypto has a lot of low risk ways to make really great profits, like lending stable coins out on BlockFi, very low risk, or just buying and holding Bitcoin, again, very low risk for cryptocurrency. But going all in on a food meme coin just listed on Uniswap 20 minutes ago, it's about the riskiest thing you can do with your money. You're almost better off buying a lottery ticket. And as a final note, you need to learn two very important things as an investor. You need to learn how to buy your cryptocurrency in such a way that you create strong opportunities for gains for yourself, and how to take profits. Because if you never pay yourself, then you never actually made any money. Paper profits can go away very, very quickly in this game. I think a lot of people learned that over the last few weeks. Both of these topics, they're massive and they deserve their own videos, which is exactly why I have made comprehensive videos on both of these topics. So if you have questions on either of those topics, then I suggest you go and check those videos out. I'm going to leave links to those down in the description of this video. So go ahead and check those out if you need help on either of those topics. Anyway, those are just my Satoshis, guys. I hope that this has been useful for you if you're looking at your portfolio and going, oh man, what has happened over the last few weeks? Question for you, do you have any other tips to share with new investors who might be struggling a bit right now in the markets, losing a bit of money, getting their butts handed to them basically? Let us know down below in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching today's video. Long live the blockchain, and peace out till next time.